What's going on, everybody? Matt in Virginia, Passion for Cards. This video brought to you by my endless pursuit of not only Topps baseball sets, but master sets. So you're going to see a lot of vintage, variation, and error cards throughout this video after I get done showing my beautiful stained glass P, and not urine, but a Phillies P. So much to my interest and puzzlement, I've come to realize that I've either misplaced or gave away or something my 1976 Topps traded baseball set. So I went out and replaced it. So they're the cards that looking like that. I can't find it anywhere. I know I had it at one point, but for the life of me, I couldn't tell you where it is. So we'll start with that. Now let's move on to some variations. So, my ultimate goal is to collect, again, not just the top sets, but as many as the variation and master sets that I can. So I'm trying to work on some of the easier and less expensive ones to get a hold of. We're going to start with 1982 George Foster All-Star card. The variation here is that this one does not have a facsimile signature that most of them have. It has no signature. So able to scoop that up. This card actually is the regular base card of Pascual Perez. You can see down here by my thumb, it's got the pitcher in the orange writing. The error variation of this card has no position on here, it's blank. And that's actually the one I've had since 1982. And didn't realize that I've had the error card the whole time and never had the regular version. So that's the regular version. Pick that guy up. 1979 Topps Bump Wills. He has a card, obviously it looks like this, with the Rangers at the bottom. He also has one that says Blue Jays at the bottom. So got that variation. 1978 Topps Jose Morales. The variation on this card is in the top right hand corner where the positions are listed. He has one card with the red stitching on the baseball and one card with black stitching on the baseball. So there's that variation. 1974 Topps Jesus Alou. The variation here is that typically right here where the card is all white would be the position typed in. And this is the variation of no position. So we got that. 74 Rookie Pitchers. The variation here is on this guy. His actual name is Bob Apodaca. Apodaca. So there's a card that's spelled correctly, and there's a card that's spelled Apodaco. So you can see on the back it's actually spelled correctly. Apodaca. So this is the variation of that. These next ones are almost kind of a lot. I'll just kind of show them all together. There's a bunch of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 of them. In 1974 Topps, there was some error cards or variation cards for the San Diego Padres, where all the cards, instead of saying Padres, said Washington National League. So that's what all these are, the Washington National League variations. The normal card will say San Diego at the top and Padres at the bottom. And these variations say Washington National League. So, alright, some of these are kind of crazy. I don't even know if I remember them all correctly, but 1973 Topps Don Zimmer manager card. The variation here is On Johnny Padres, you can see his right ear is missing. And the other card will actually have a right ear showing. That's very hard to see. This one, Frank Quilici, the variation is the orange background behind the coaches. There's a solid background where all you see is orange. And then there's what's called a natural background, which is what this one is, where you can actually see trees and so forth in the background. So that's that variation. This Whitey Lockman is the solid color variation background. So there's a solid variation and a natural variation. Ernie Banks on there. Same with Ralph Houck. This is the natural background versus the solid background. And last but not least, Dick Williams manager card. The variation here is the same thing as Johnny Padres, the Vern Hoshite photograph. He has no ear on the right side. And the other normal card, he would have an ear. So that's those variations. 1970 Topps Baseball checklists. The variation with this 7th series checklist is card number 666. Adolfo Phillips is supposed to be spelled Adolpho. That's the normal card, and the variation is this card spelled Adolfo. I don't know if I'm boring y'all to death or if you're enjoying the information. This checklist 6 series, the variation is the bat at the top. There's a red bat variation and a brown bat variation. This is obviously the brown bat variation. Okay. 5th series checklist, 1970 Topps. Same thing, brown bat, red bat variations. This is the brown bat. Same thing with 4th series, but this is the red bat variation versus the brown bat. And 3rd series variation. One of these I goofed up. Try and do this off of memory. So this, I think the variation is the red bat, brown bat. But one of these other ones I lied to you. See if I can find it real quick. Okay, here it is. So those are red bat, brown bat. But this 5th series, this one, which I said the variation was a brown bat, I was incorrect. The variation on this card is card number 474, Dick Kelly. The name is spelled differently. That's the variation on that one. All right, 1967 Topps. Nope, I lied again. This one is brown bat, red bat. My bad. This one from 1967 Topps. This is the one where the name Dick Kelly is spelled incorrectly. Let's see if we can see it if we pull it out of here. There it's on the dab front. Been a long day. Right on the front, number 214, Dick Kelly. spelled incorrectly. That's the variation on that one from 1967 Topps. The variation on this Mickey Mantle checklist, second series, is Dick McAuliffe, which is down here, card number 170. The other variation has a pronounced period, where this one just has D McAuliffe, the other one has D period McAuliffe. That's that 67 checklist variation. And last but not least, geez, like I said, I hope I didn't bore you to death. 1967 Topps Bob Bruce. The variation on this card is on the back right here, where instead of saying Braves, it says Arbaves. R-B-A-V-E-S. The regular variation has it spelled correctly. So there you have it. There's some history lessons on some 80s, 70s, and 60s Topps of variations. Hope to be able to pick up some more of these and bring them to you. Let me know if you like the educational portion of these variations or if it put you to sleep, so I know what to do moving forward. All right, everybody have a great one. Stay classy. We'll talk to you soon.